Today is January 23rd, and we're talking about everything we are scared of. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talking Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD in the corner. Jake's got a nice haircut. Looks well.
Thank you.
Healthy.
I'll take that.
It's a healthy haircut. We're talking about fears today.
Yeah.
We just watched all the movie scenes about fears. Coach Carter, the replacements. So I feel like I'm ready to do it. Are you ready to do it?
Fears, let's talk about it.
One thing you don't fear is finding tickets to sporting venues.
SeatGeek, Yanks 25. James, Davis, everyone tuning in. Disappointing my mom.
That's a fear.
It's a big fear.
No, let's not do life fears because it'll give me
Death,
anxiety.
And we'll get to that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yankees fears, maybe we'll label that.
Yankees
Biggest fears has been getting to me a little bit.
Yeah, like bees.
I'm okay with bees. Quicksand is up there.
I've never encountered or
If it
seen
just-
it though, so
Imagine, though.
I've seen videos of it.
Go stiff, right?
It's all right. Quicksand's fine.
Is that
Cold?
Whose stand-up is that?
I
Someone
don't
has
know.
a stand-up routine that's like, you know, as a kid, you think you're going to encounter a lot of quicksand in life, and that never.
Yeah, yes, that is a stand-up.
Quicksand and falling anvils.
Quicksand. Quicksand. Stand-up bit.
Come on.
John Mulaney, Quicksand.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is more.
He faced his fears.
Yeah, every day. So what I want to do first, because everyone's tuning in, being like, we're doing like a biggest fears step, talk about what's in the news, you know, talk about what's the latest. Here are the latest Yankees headlines. Lou Trevino works out for other teams. Yankees hire Preston Claiborne as assistant pitching coach. Oh, that is news. They did announce their coaching staff, and Preston Claiborne came on, and I was like, whoa, I remember that name. I thought he was going to be like the next Jabba way back in the day. And I was like, that's a very lacrosse name.
And the Yankees were at Trevino's throwing session, so.
Replace Desi Drysdale, I believe.
Is Soto's guy with them still?
Yeah.
He didn't go to the Mets? Is that a big miss by the Mets?
Yes, always.
I know the Yankees, like the coaching staff was kind of pillaged, or like baseball ops people.
Yes, but not
That's been
like
the whole thing.
not the coaches.
But not the on-field coaches that we would hear about.
Brett Ausmus is back.
Osmus back, Rojas back.
I mean, does anyone? When was Preston Claiborne? Was he playing for those dead year teams where no one was paying attention? Because his start was electric.
I didn't know you were such a big Preston Claiborne guy.
I think those were college years when
Yeah.
I was still like following every day, but not a lot of in my circle were.
Right.
The years he pitched for the big league Yankees, 13 and
After.
14. So the dead
Yeah,
years.
it's Lyle Overbay Yankees.
Yeah.
His first 21 games, 1.46 ERA.
Oh.
24 innings, 4 earned runs. Yeah, his start was, I remember that start. And I
20
was like, this guy's the next Jabba.
22 career games finished. No saves.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Mopping up. Way to go, Preston Claiborne.
Congrats, Preston Claiborne.
Preston Michael Claiborne. Where's he from? New Hampshire?
It's like born in Dallas.
Looks so indecisive in his baseball reference picture.
Yeah, I didn't know if he, could smile or not smile. He follows on Twitter. What up? Oh, his Twitter picture's nice. Got a watch and a beard on. Wow, 7th generation Texan. That's his Twitter handle. So that's the news. I think we just discussed it. We're going to talk about fears now. There's nothing going on.
We'll delete all that. We'll talk about fears.
The Yankees almost.
Fears,
I mean,
let's talk about it.
did we talk about Dom Smith?
Should we start with our fears? Our Yankee fears. That feels good. I could see people liking that.
I
You
couldn't.
guys lead the way.
I couldn't conjure up too many that weren't injury, and I feel like in the past we've
Right.
done this and we say injury doesn't count. But
Yeah.
did we
I
talk
feel
about
like-
Dom Smith?
We did not talk Dom Smith on this show.
Because he's probably going to jump ahead of Rice as the quadruple A Goldie backup.
Maybe Ben Rice is a catcher.
Yeah. That'd be weird because they already have a lefty catcher, so I don't think Rice fits in there.
Mine is ending the year without a lineup again.
Yeah, mine is, I guess, something that right now is similar to hone in on yours is not having a leadoff hitter or solid. Glaber, fortunately, ended the year, we had a leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
We didn't have a 4-6, but we had 1, 2, 3 on lock by the end of the year, which was nice.
Right.
But yeah, I'd like to have 1 through 5 as this is it. This is what we know. But even DeMore hone in leadoff. I do not want a rotating leadoff. I do not want them. One of my biggest fears is they put Volpe leadoff, because they're out of options and Volpe's having a good month, so they slide him there. Or Dominguez having good months, slide him there. We've seen them do that with Glaber, Volpe, and probably others that I'm not thinking of, rookies that have batted leadoff for the Yankees. And yeah, I don't want
Rice
that
for a week.
I don't want that to happen.
Okay. Those are good.
Jimmy, Jake, BBD, hope you guys are doing well. Jake, hope you got a cool outfit on. First things first, I'm super excited for the season. I think you guys should be too. My biggest fear for the season coming up is our leadoff position. I'm scared that not having a leadoff hitter might hurt the team. Last year, I feel like we ran into the most problems when we didn't have a leadoff hitter. Middle of the season, before Glaber kind of locked in, leadoff spot was a big problem. So I think going into the season without a solidified leadoff hitter is going to be a big issue. Let me know, guys. Thanks.
There you go.
Stolen valor.
They don't have anyone right now
No.
that, who is it right now? Who is it right now? Jazz?
I think it's Jazz at this second.
I
He's
like.
let off more than anything else in my
Yeah.
It's currently Jazz. Maybe it's not, bro.
Then who do you have there?
Because he shouldn't be stealing in front of Judge. Or should he? Judge double plays. But Judge doesn't have Soto protection.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How many players since 2021,
Okay.
2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, for the last 4 seasons, have gotten a, you know what, let me change this because I don't want pinch hitters. So let me just say it's in the first inning. They got a plate appearance. So that it will be games, basically.
Okay.
First inning plate appearance as the number 1 lineup spot. So that means game. That 1 plate appearance, 1 game. There's only... Okay, so how many players has been penciled in to leadoff over the last 4 years for the Yankees?
4 years.
And if you want me to do another team to give you a sample, you can tell me another team and I'll find you that number.
Okay.
To give
Let's
some context.
do the Mets.
Okay. The Mets over the last 4 seasons have penciled in ding 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 ding
Well,
ding.
they're
ding.
probably good, right? Lindor plays a lot. He's their leadoff guy.
They've had
I know it was a big thing when they put him in there last year, but I don't know if previous years he hadn't done it offhand.
They've had 18 guys
Okay.
written in, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in my bank account. Of those guys, less than 5 games.
Who sings that?
You, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I don't know who sings that.
Or is
song.
that Kraus that does
in
that?
my bank account?
So one of my friends always
It's
did that
more
whenever
crafty.
someone counted.
It's a good tune.
Yeah.
Okay, if the Mets are 18, the Yankees are 22.
Way to go, Jake!
Maybe he's born with it.
Wow. Hey, and
Maybe it's autism.
under 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 guys under 5. Now, if you can give me the top Two guys.
My favorite players. It's
No,
Jahmai Jones.
Yeah, Jahmai Jones at 1. Most games batting leadoff for the Yankees in the
Uh,
last 4 years.
Glibber.
He's 3rd with 96 games.
Okay. Past 4 years.
Yeah.
Who else do they have? Like Judge led off. For a
He's
little
4th, 36 games.
It's that many.
bit. Not Girardi.
I think you're gonna kick
Not
yourself in the butt if you don't get these.
Volpe.
Volpe's 2nd with 104.
He's 2nd.
They let him off a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, 104 games for Volpe last 2 seasons. And first is DJ LeMahieu, 292.
Feels like they're going to lead off Volpe this
Feels
year.
like they're going to lead off Volpe. That's one of my fears. I mean, if I take out 2021,
Can I ask you a question? Do you mind?
I don't mind.
What if to start the year,
To start,
Jazz led off against righties, Volpe led off against lefties, and that's their...
don't love it. I think Volpe needs routine, and I don't want pressure on him, and he has not been done well at leadoff. Since the departure of Gardy, has there just been holes in this team?
Now we're talking.
Not that I'm saying Gardy should stick around or whatever, but like, did they never replace what he brought to the table properly? I would say yes, but I haven't thought about it a lot.
And like, how different is that from other contenders?
Yeah, I mean...
Searching for someone to play left field since Gardy left. Well, Verdugo played it well, but searching for like a leadoff fucking gonna yell at people in the I don't know.
Yeah, it's just tough because Gardy from 2018 on... I guess his 2019 was very good. Juice ball Gardy.
I'm not talking about offensively, though. I'm just talking about the other stuff, which I don't know. You have to negate offense.
Defense, speed, and at-bats. Quality at-bats.
Yeah, defense,
Yes.
speed, quality
Just
at bats.
Day in, day out contributions.
Day in, day, yeah. Constant.
Grinder.
Yeah.
Correct. They don't have that.
Last year, they had 4 guys get 10 or more games at leadoff position. Ben Rice, Verdugo, Glaber, and Volpe. So, yeah, I don't really want that. I eat Factor a lot. I enjoy it. Are you ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. I enjoy Factor because I don't have to decide things. I grab it, I heat it up. It's delicious. It fills my belly.
Heat it up.
Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. 40 different options, 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week. It's easy to pick meals tailored to what you want to do. Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto, they got you. They can also help you feel your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfasts, grab-and-go snacks, and more. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/Yanks50 off. And use code YANKS50 off, all lowercase. The 50 is the numbers. 50% off your first box of plus free shipping. That's code YANKS50 off at factormeals.com/Yanks50 off to get 50% off free shipping.
Have we done CC to the Hall of Fame on here?
No, that's also news.
I mean, you mentioned missing Gardy.
I remember when he
Missing
got
CC.
his 3,000th strikeout in Arizona. And we did our Talkin Yanks episode, and you and I were like, wow, CC's a Hall of Famer. like first ballot, like one of how many lefties have struck out 3,000 guys? 3?
Time was 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah.
3.
And we had that realization like in the middle of the episode, like, whoa, no, it's not even a question. So very cool.
Yeah, I think we had there's so many debates that are like about pitcher career war and like where do guys have to land or how many career wins, and it was like, oh wait, it's not a discussion. So that's pretty cool.
That is
And he's
cool.
going in as a Yankee. Sucks for Cleveland.
I mean, he's going in as a Yankee. It's obvious. I thought.
But I don't know. Like that.
Dude, if I take away 2021, the number is 20. So
Right.
it just added 2 people. So the last 3 years, 20 different people have batted leadoff for the Yankees. What if I take away 2022?
What if you take away 2022?
Because then, like the last 2 seasons, how many guys have done it?
What if he shot you in the face?
Yeah. 14. The last 2 seasons, here's everyone that's Boone has written into the lineup as leadoff hitter. I'll just wrap it for you. Jahmai Jones, Jason Dominguez, Billy McKinney, homered the day, the hour my daughter was born.
Dominguez
Thought about
led off?
Yeah, I think, and before he got hurt.
One of the Houston games?
One of those, they were out of the playoff games, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Billy McKinney. Anthony Rizzo, twice. Willie Calhoun, 3 times.
What was that?
Willie Calhoun, 3 times.
One more.
Willie Calhoun, 3 times. Estevan Florio, 4 times. Oswald Peraza, 4 times. Isaiah Kiner Falefa,
Stop.
6 times.
Stop. Peraza led off 4 Yankees games.
Yeah.
They treat him like trash. They've been very rude to him. He's led off 4 American baseball games.
July 17th, July 18th, July 19th, July 21st of 2023 is what I have.
Whoa.
I mean,
I have the Dominguez game as being in the Pittsburgh Nothing Mattered series from this season, last series of the year.
okay. I mean, let me find the Peraza to make sure this is right on Baseball Reference where they have all the lineups. Because I don't remember that.
Oswald Peraza.
Because my search might be wrong. No, yeah, he led off 4 games in a row. Anaheim series, and then Kansas City at home.
Wow.
That was when we were like so weirded out. They called him up, started him at leadoff 4 games in a row. Then he didn't sit, and Glaber played, or who played third then? DJ played third. Then he played shortstop. Then he sat. Then he played second base. So he led off, played third, led off, played second, played shortstop, played second, and then they sent him back down.
Hey, I've got a fear. Can the Yankees be serious sometimes? How unserious is that?
I don't know. That's very odd. I mean, who was leading?
I guess that was an at Angels series while Judge was out.
Dude, they were just
searching
hunting for leadoff. Look at this shit. In the month of July, that team, Glaber led off, then Calhoun twice, then DJ, then Glaber, then Calhoun, then Bowers, then LeMahieu, then Bowers, then Glaber, then LeMahieu, then Rizzo, then Volpe, then Glaber, then Peraza, then McKinney, then Bowers, then IKF.
Was this the year they missed the postseason and had their worst season in 30 years?
And ever. Yeah. Our first year interviewing Boone, and we were just like, this sucks, dude. I remember, like, that season.
Jake Bowers.
Yeah, he was next on the list, but you made me stop because Jake Bowers led off 24 times in the last 2 years. DJ led off 58, Glaber 88, Volpe 104. Volpe's had the most games at leadoff in the last 2 seasons. So I think leadoff is a big fear. Can you give me a team that's good the last 2 years?
Are you looking for like a team that's had someone lead off as much as possible?
No, I'm not hunting that. I'm just kind of like a team that's been in the playoffs. I want to see how crazy it is versus not. Like, do other teams just have...
What have the Padres been doing?
That's a good one.
Last year, they got Arise, and he settled in.
I mean,
but I would imagine the year before was a little...
Again,
funky.
my baseball brain's kicking in too much.
You want to go Astros?
That, like, Houston should be one of the teams. The Texas Rangers, since they've gotten Simeon, I think that cat let off like a ton.
I think he plays every day and leads off.
Last year, I know he got bad.
Okay, so the Altuve has led off 231 times. The next is Dubon, 63, and then Pena, 13. So they've had 3 guys over 10. The Yankees have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What was the other team you said? Rangers. Leadoff's an important position. I feel like people.
I agree.
I feel like
I mean, I was just going to pivot to
Rangers have had Simeon 313 times, Josh Smith 14, Jankowski once.
big game.
It's exciting.
Big game, Janko. Is there going to be Judge leadoff conversations on the table? Like, where do we stand on that? I kind of don't know where I stand on that. Because kind of what we're saying is, like, leadoff super important. Maybe we should stop ignoring this as much.
Well, I don't know.
But
man.
is it just a waste?
If the lineup is even and you're getting production from the 7-8-9, like what the Dodgers can do, then you can lead off Ohtani because you have the table setter 7-8-9. If the lineup is as shallow as it was last year for the Yankees and like 6, 7, 8, 9 is nothing,
right?
Then Judge needs about 3. That's the difference. If you have a really short lineup, you need to get some people ahead of Judge so he can drive them in. If you have a deep lineup, you can bat your best player 1-2 because your 6, 7, 8, 9 will get on base for them. So like that's a little bit of the calculation for me.
I mean, I feel better in the Yankees having a deep lineup
Than a front-loaded lineup. But I don't know how deep it really is.
Right.
We'll find out.
But I don't know. Like, it's kind of the wild Yankee conversation. There's really only one position on the field that we're not going to feel truly comfortable with that guy getting an opportunity at least to start. Like, currently it's third base, Oswaldo. And we did that conversation last time that it's like he has earned the opportunity, but in a way he hasn't. But, like, I don't know. Wells was great for a chunk of last year. He earned the catcher's job. He was cleanup for a while and did good. That's good. Paul Goldschmidt is going to get the chance. Great resume. Serious. Jazz is good.
Jazz is good.
Volpe's interesting. We're just going to have to watch a lot of postseason highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Judge is really good.
And we're going to have to avoid a lot of postseason highlights.
Judge is really good.
Postseason looms so large because, like, Judge had the best historical, like, offensive season ever.
Yeah.
Like, rivals people that have been dead for 50 years.
Right.
And his postseason was so awful. And he
That
made,
he has
and he,
come
and he
into
made a
this year.
crucial error that, like, it has not been discussed. If he was...
The error's been discussed a lot more than the
if
historical season.
If he had been mediocre in the postseason,
right.
like if he had done what Glaber did, I guess, you know, like I don't need Soto home runs, I don't need Stan home runs, but he just wasn't a storyline of like, wow, Judge is struggling. I think we would have been talking. The phrase Judge had one of the best season history of baseball hasn't come
Haven't
through.
heard that once this
Haven't
offseason.
heard it since. That's how powerful the postseason
Outside
is.
of doing like this conversation of like, and we don't get to talk about it.
Yeah. It's just not out there.
How
I've-
great was Judge's season has not been said since October.
Yeah.
All my relatives that are Yankee fans, happy holidays.
No.
None ya.
Just some around the league trivia for you
Okay.
to get the vibes off that conversation. Name the in the last 2 years the batter that has had the most plate appearances in the most games in the leadoff position.
2 years.
Last 2 years. I'll give you a hint. You already said his name.
Marcus Simeon.
Yeah. And
Duran has to be impressive last year because that was their whole story. Cora was like, "You're going to be our leadoff guy," and then he was incredible.
yeah, he's got 188. So that puts him 14th on the list last 2 years.
If you did just last year,
I can find that out. Stephen Kwan, 275. Yandy Diaz, 263.
handsome.
Would be nice to get Yandy.
Remember we used to dream about him?
Schwarber, 258. Luis Arise, 231.
Schwarber and Arise, man.
Who's out of all those guys, Acuna's got the best on base percentage. 445. This is just in the first at bat of the game,
Gotcha.
not like as a leadoff hitter. Crazy. Last year, it was, you think it's Duran? Might be Simeon, and then we can move on to the next voicemail. But leadoff is a fear.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm
Duran, 153 games. Jose Altuve, 151.
I guess. Okay, Jazz Chisholm. Last year had a 324 on base percentage, but, no, never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah, career he's a little better versus righties, but like we talked about with Jazz, it's kind of balanced. But that's not a good number. Like Jazz's skills outside of speed are not that as a leadoff hitter. Like he takes kind of wild swings.
Yes. He's not
And like there's games it works, and he can be incredible on the bases, but like that's not what we need.
Let's see pitches per plate appearance out of Yankees last year. Jazz total averages 4.02, which I think is like
I think that's okay.
I think that's okay actually.
Usually that like
I feel like
4
4's good,
number is-
3's
The only
not.
thing that's not in Jazz Chisholm's game is a 2-strike
Right.
situation. Like once you get him to 2 strikes, it was kind of Dunzo Gonzalez. What about another player?
What was that? Who is Dunzo Gonzalez?
Well,
You know?
that is an old joke from the show Laguna Beach when Kristen Cavallari's car breaks down and she says that her car is Denzel Washington. She says, my car's Dunzo.
pretty good.
Dunzo Washington. And I just changed it to a different last name.
It's good.
So that's what happened.
I was pretty sad Lo Bosworth got engaged recently. She was one of my first crushes.
Yeah, I am sorry about that.
Yeah.
Then my bank account song is 21 Savage.
Oh.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right, Glaber, Soto, they were the top 2 in pitches per plate appearance. Gone.
Off the team.
Judge, 4.
Does that scare you? That should scare you. You love pitches. Goes back to Gardy.
No, yeah. We need people to grind it out. Last year, they finally had the approach I liked. They didn't have the results, but the back end. All right, Volpe is the next. Judge, then Volpe's 404, which is very close to Jazz's whatever he was, 40.
2.
Yeah. Verdugo, he was then next highest, 377. He's gone.
Gone.
So, yeah, I guess that's scary. A lot of the guys are gone.
I want to say one thing, if that's okay.
Let me just find like Goldie. Not that I want Goldie leading off,
Right.
but 414. Okay, so at least his approach, and then Bellinger, 365. He a swanger.
Gets it done. Anthony Volpe.
Yeah,
I like Anthony Volpe. Nice kid. Good defense. Played pretty well in the postseason. We just had that conversation.
yeah,
The at-bats looked
way different.
visibly
His
different.
bat speed was different.
So does
His
my arm on this handball right now.
taking
Oh
was
my
different.
God.
Yeah, almost looks flat.
Looks like a kind of
like-
jacked fat guy.
Well, it looks like you have big muscle, but you got pancaked.
Looks like I got ran over.
Yeah,
Um,
exclusive, YouTube only.
we have our player profile and projections coming up soon.
Fudge.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
A segment that we do and forget sometimes is the baseball reference projections.
Don't tell me his.
Here's what I'll say. If you're an Anthony Volpe hiver out there, and you should be, like some of you should believe that Anthony Volpe is going to be very good.
He's a contributing player to a winning team, but in ways that
He's
aren't the
23.
best.
He can get better. Like baseball references projection that is a computer that's often wrong, but sometimes it's right. They have Volpe projected to have a 302 on base percentage next year.
Bad.
So if you're a Volpe stan, that's okay. And Volpe can get better, and he's shown some signs of good stuff. But computers processing what his profile of his previous work leads to has him projected to get on base at a 302 clip next year. I hope that's wrong. But if you're a Volpe leadoff guy,
They have that 83% reliability, which as we get to PPPs
Right.
and talk reliability score, that's a higher
it's up
number.
there.
In his career, what batting order positions do you think he has the best numbers from? Now he's batted first, 106 games. He's batted fifth, 21 games, and then he's batted sixth, 43, seventh, 53, eighth, 43, ninth, 41.
ninth.
No,
And
not
then
his
I'd go
best.
seventh.
Not his best ninth. Seventh is his best.
Yeah.
737
For some reason, I was
OPS. Batting seventh, he's a 737 OPS. Batting eighth, he's got a 733 OPS. Those are his two best. Batting first, 643 OPS, 229 batting average, 288 on base percentage. I know we said we were going to move on, but this is like a fear that they need to go get someone, and someone needs to say, I'm going to be that guy, because I can't let you do that to Volpe again. Let him play back there and contribute in the ways he can contribute.
So, okay. Let's spin. Last positive spin.
Yeah.
I went around the lineup and I was like, can like Goldie, can like Belly. Like, I stopped at Judge. We did the Judge really good season stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the lineup is like, guys are good.
Okay.
Like, Belly's solid. Jazz is solid. Wells is good. Dominguez. Like, is Judge leading off then kind of okay?
I wouldn't hate it if you have like Judge, Belly, Goldie, Dominguez, Stanton, or whatever the order is.
Yeah.
However that shakes out.
So again, like they do that,
Right.
and other teams do
Right.
that.
Shohei leads off for the Dodgers.
Yes, their best player leads off if they trust the back of their lineup to get on base for him, and also trust the 2, 3, 4 to
Right.
drive him in.
Right.
Like it's not a crazy thing.
Okay.
I don't think Judge likes it because I think he likes seeing pitches.
He doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Judge have silly numbers from the leadoff spot? Because when he moved up there, he was the only guy in the offense that was good, and he was like breaking the home run record.
You want career Judge leadoff?
Is like literally go up there and try to hit homers.
Like
We
his
don't
last
have-
month in the year he broke the home run record. I know every time I look at those stats, I'm blown away, and he was leading off a chunk of that.
Batter, Judge, lineup position, leading off. I'm going to split it up by year, every year of his career.
Split it up.
Split it up. Split it up.
That's a joke. If you're missing it at home, that's a joke about DJ LeMahieu's walk-up song. Speed it up.
Split it up.
Speed it up. All right, my third baseman. Yeah.
This says he's only gotten leadoff at bats in 2019 and 2022.
Could make sense, right?
That might be
And-
correct.
Yeah, his 2022 numbers in the leadoff position.
Like, is this a narrative we want to push?
I don't know.
Give me some stats.
They're good. They're good. I
Okay.
mean,
Okay.
I don't know if it's worth pushing, Jake. He was having the career year.
He's having a career year. He breaks the home run record.
He
The
had a
Yankees
better
move him
year.
up to lead off.
He had a better year 2 years later.
Right.
What do you want? You want the slugging?
I'm interested in a lot of the offensive stats we normally talk about.
You want his career OPS at the leadoff spot? Is
Sure.
1.177.
It's pretty good. It's historically good.
Sounds like the best leadoff hitter.
Is that
ever.
historically the best?
Well, hold on. In 2019, he got one game there, 4 at-bats, no hits.
Flunked it.
2 strikeouts, yeah.
Wow.
So in 2022, when he led off, he had a 366 batting average,
Good.
a 481 on base percentage,
Great.
a 740 slugging,
The highest. Yeah.
and a 1.221 OPS. 13 home runs in 34 games, 7 doubles, 25 RBIs, 1 stolen base.
I might push this narrative a little bit.
You're on it.
Babe Ruth has the highest slugging and OPS ever. Kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
It's a good baseball reference to look at. The numbers you just mentioned from Judge in the leadoff spot are higher than those.
What about leadoff spot, first at bat of the game? What if he hates that?
What about it?
You know, you don't want
After
every
that
you don't want
Right.
every game
Right.
to end to start just terrible, right? Or do you?
You don't want that.
If
No.
he's just bad at it in the first inning,
unless
that's sort of the whole
they
point.
put something in the dugout like it's only up from here.
Okay, all of his numbers come down. First at bat of the game when he's leading off. It's a 346 batting average.
Okay.
It's a 471 on base and a 500 slug for a 971 OPS
That's a big fall off.
Hey man,
in 34 plate appearances.
sometimes I have an interesting brain. It was covered early in this episode. I hope no one was offended. Everything I'm hearing is the other guys seem like bad leadoff options, and one guy could be a historically good leadoff hitter. Does Judge see pitches?
Well,
That's interesting because he walks a lot.
145 pitches in 34. So, yeah, he averages 4.26. This is the first at bat of the game only still. That's what I have
First
up.
at bat of the game only.
Only one home run first at bat of the game. 7 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 double, 7 singles, 21 balls in play.
I'm interested. I feel icky because there's a little bit of me that's old baseball and like those 2019 Nationals that were Trey Turner, Adam Eaton to set up Soto and Rendon. That was actually kind of cool. But if we don't have that, I don't know, man.
I'm just scared that if I do this,
do what?
like leadoff batter for the Yankees in the past 3 seasons, by player, by year, Judge numbers, and he's the best.
Yeah.
So it's going to smoke everyone, right?
I mean,
Especially
yeah.
if you do like
No, Billy
10
McKinney
games.
has.
Okay, so
Billy
bring back
McKinney.
Billy McKinney.
Billy McKinney.
How many games was Billy again?
Does he have a team?
Billy had 4 plate appearances, 1 game. And
You said Billy kind of like Billy Madison.
2 walks and a single.
Billy had.
Billy. Yeah, Judge is like. DJ in 2022, also really good. Wow, really good.
Damn toe.
Hey,
Not really good. Never mind.
I've got something.
Good before August.
What would you rather? Who would you rather? Lo Bosworth. I love her, man. Sorry, Jess. Would you rather, and I want you to think about this for more than a second. Would you rather have Jazz lead off and Judge hit second? Or would you rather have Judge hit Jazz lead off? Or would you rather have Jazz lead off and Judge hit second, or Judge lead off and Jazz hit second? Do I keep saying the same thing? It sounds the same in my brain.
It's sounding the same. Judge lead off and Jazz second.
Of
Just
those
say
two
before and
players.
after.
Yeah. But think about it, because I think mentally everyone's like, yeah, he tried Jazz lead off. He's fast. But I think I'd rather have Judge lead off and then let Jazz cook.
Yeah, probably.
Then Stanton 3, Belly 4.
If you were playing,
Are you
Are
pushing
you guys
this?
feeling
Are you
this?
pushing this? Damn, dude.
I'm a DM low.
No, you're not.
Congrats on getting engaged.
Congrats on getting engaged. I'm sad.
Oh, that feels.
Congrats on getting engaged. It has made me sad and my wife mad.
I've never DM'd her. I did tag her in a picture once.
That's good.
It was me with a martini drink.
You look good there. That's like your
goatee, blitzball battle.
young boy.
That's pretty. All things considered, pretty recent.
2022 September. So I was probably sad. Yankees stunk.
Judge was batting leadoff though, dominating.
Thanks for calling, Jarv.
That wasn't Jarv. We audibled. All right, let's do the next one.
Hey guys, it's Jarv here from Australia, calling in at 2 in the morning and obviously a little sideways, but one thing I'm worried about with the Yankees is the start of the season, man. The schedule is kind of fucked in the sense of all these National League teams with no off days. After Milwaukee, we have 22 games in a row with 1 off day after that opening series. And I'm just worried about how that's going to affect the selection of after we leave spring training and how we choose the starters we're going to do. Like, if we get washed out games and we don't have fucking people that can do good run scoring in that period of time because they're all like hot weather players like Stanton and stuff like that, I'm worried about how the back end's going to affect with people who are called up, Grant and Shuttle, all that kind of shit, man. So I'm just worried about if we get washouts at the start of the season, it could really ruin the end of our season. All right, guys. Love you all. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Jarv. When I was in Australia, me and Jarv met up.
Nice.
I went to his bar in his little hometown neighborhood in Sydney. It was really nice. It's a good question, but just to put a bow on the last convo. Of all players with 150 plate appearances in the leadoff position over the last 2 seasons,
Sure.
there's one player that has the highest on-base percentage. His name is Aaron Judge.
The highest slugging.
There's one player that has the highest slugging.
Right.
His name is Aaron Judge.
How do you come up with OPS?
There's one player that has the highest batting average. His name is Luis Suarez. But Judge is second.
There was rumors about him. Never real.
Never real. Pretty crazy, though, that Judge should lead off if they don't get anyone. God, that stinks. Get someone that can lead off and let Judge drive him in. But if not.
Judge, Jazz, Stanton, Belly is the most I've liked thinking of our lineup.
It's true. I'm with you there. I also am with Jarv on this call, dude. The schedule's bizarre. I looked at the schedule a while ago and was thinking, like, this is weird, just like for who we play.
Right.
But when you think about rainouts, it's even crazier. Like, so they're at the stadium versus Milwaukee, which has a roof, and Arizona, which has a roof. 2 places that you would avoid.
Could be roofed.
You would avoid any potential rainouts if it was road games.
Right.
Then they travel to Pittsburgh and Detroit. So
Roofless.
we're roofless, cold places.
Labor Redemption Series.
In early April. Then they host San Francisco. They host San Francisco and the Royals. So you're back in the Bronx in rainy season.
Right.
Then you go to Tampa, and that's
home game.
I just found out not rainy season.
Right.
So that's the first time we're like, hey, this most likely won't get rained out.
Yeah.
April in Tampa, it's 22% rainfall or whatever it is. But then you're in Cleveland in April.
Right.
Then Blue Jays. So there's 3 more games that won't get rained out. Then you're in Baltimore in April. The
Blue Jay series is at home, so no roof.
Oh, they're hosting? Yeah, my bad. Okay, so you're at Athletics and Mariners May 9th. So all of April, besides that Tampa series, which could get rain, but like most likely not.
It's not a dome.
The others are like you wouldn't be shocked. It's like 34 out of 37 games.
Right. Yeah, I guess for me,
speak for yourself.
Last year, if I'm remembering correctly, was fine rainout wise.
Yeah, if I remember correctly,
23 or 24 that was a disaster, or was it earlier?
Well, 2018 was a disaster.
Okay.
I remember that, and when Monty's got the home opener in 2018, and then there was a year that was a disaster with rainouts. I think it was 2022, or I think it was our first year in this office.
That sounds right.
Where it was like crazy rainout.
I just loved. Well, I love Jarv's voicemail. I loved that he said he's worried about the start of the season, and that makes him worried about the end of the season.
Yeah.
It's kind of heavy, but true.
Yeah, I mean, you got you come to the cold. You got to hit in the cold.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the other thing on my sports side just kicks in like, okay, if the rainouts are crazy, it is what it is. You do some double headers, and yeah, it's going to be messy, and you're going to have messing with pitchers. And
double
stuff
headers
like
is
that.
what scares me. And I don't know if he said it in the voicemail, but the shuttle, how they do the rotation and stuff.
Right. And I think that's all fair. I guess the other thing for me is like at the end of the day, the other team has to do that. Like the other teams are playing in the cold. Like you still have to win baseball games.
It's
so
more the scheduling for me.
I guess, and again, this is another, my brain doesn't work well with years. Was it last year they were really good at doubleheaders?
They're really good doubleheaders on the road.
Because I remember, not early Boone, but I guess mid to late Boone, we loathed doubleheaders because the Yankees would clearly punt a game, start Andujar, and use their bad players, like bad pitchers in one game. But I feel like last year, or maybe even the last couple years, they were like really good in doubleheaders.
I thought they were bad. Oh, in double headers, I was thinking extra innings for some stupid reason.
Okay.
The home and road double headers. I think they won. Well, they split that doubleheader when they made Volpe lead off in Cleveland, and we were excited about that.
That was a Clay Holmes game, right?
No, they won both of those. So they won both of their first doubleheader last year. Did they have a lot? I don't think they had a lot. Okay, then they split with the Angels. Then they split with the Rangers. I went to that was the Wyatt Langford walk-off grand slam.
So they outside of Clay, they won that game.
So they were 4-2. Is that how the math works out there?
I think
5-3, 4-2, something like that.
Yeah. So 2-2 because they split 2, and then they swept 1. Makes it 4-2. So I don't think last year is the year you're thinking of because that's not even a big enough sample size.
Right.
There was at one point in time a long period of like just splitting every doubleheader.
Yeah, it was just horribly frustrating.
That
It was
I
like, let's
think
not
I
even
recall.
do this.
There's either in 22 or 23. I think they did kind of break that
23, they were 500 in doubleheaders.
split.
They were 500 as a team.
Yeah. 2021 was a year where they had a lot of doubleheaders where they were just splitting them, I think. Okay, 2022, they won the first doubleheader. They won the second doubleheader. They lost the third to Houston.
Damn it.
Yeah. Their lineups were better last year in doubleheaders than they split. I remember that.
Yeah.
Last year, their lineups were like, whoa,
No
this isn't a punt lineup.
No Andujar.
Yeah. But it's more the shuttle. Like, I don't want to get too deep into it now, but when you look at it and how do you build a rotation and do you have pitchers that can come up and down, like that's a lot of how they choose their rotation and long man and bullpen and swing man and all that stuff. And they open up with not a lot of off days. Like, they have one off day. I'm not counting the after opening day off day. So they play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25 games with one off day. So they're going to have to go to a 5-man right away.
Where are the 25 games with one off day?
To the 23rd, it's actually 2 off days, but I'm not counting the opening day one because that doesn't let you mess around too much with your rotation.
I'm seeing more off days.
Ooh, I was in the wrong month.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, no. Yeah. Oh, is the 31st an off day? Yes, that's the one I'm missing then. Because it's
the 10th.
the 10th is the one.
10th and 24th.
10th's the one I was counting. And I was going up until the 24th. But I was missing the 31st because on my calendar, it's the last day of the month.
Okay.
So they can do a 4-man if they want, if people get hurt or not.
Yeah, I appreciate Jarv. I'm not super worried. I mean, the Yankees, it feels like in April they treat it as an extended spring anyways, that we're going to see guys riding the bus and we're going to see certain plans and they're going to skip starts or jump starts that, I don't know.
It's a weird schedule.
It's obviously, I mean, playing all those National League teams is a little bizarre and doesn't feel right, but we talked about this last year. Like, it's also kind of nice to just, like, get it done with.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
They're also younger.
Win the games.
They are younger, despite what you'd read on the internet. Like, Boone had told us that if you're, like, over 30, he treats you differently in April. He admitted that when we asked him. But they have a lot. And then with Volpe and Oswaldo and, like, the younger guys, we saw him not do that.
Right.
And we asked him, and he's like, well, we're younger now. Like Soto and them. Like, we can treat different. We can play them more.
And good.
Yeah.
That was the sneaky part of 20.
And as far as the lineup goes, as of now, there's only 2 guys over 30. It's Judge and Goldie. And Stan. DH. He's going to.
Right.
That doesn't.
He has his own rules.
This doesn't apply to him. So.
Don't want Judge to get days there.
EJ's not your third baseman?
No. is a platoon with Oswaldo. Not mine.
Right.
What I think they're
I'm
gonna
interested to see how they talk about it. They haven't said anything, right? No, it's the offseason.
Well, Boone just did his first, interview. And around this time last year, he started doing it a lot before he went to, we got to reach out to him and see if he'll come on before they go to Tampa.
We'll get him.
Okay. Because last year he did a lot. He liked it. We asked him. He was like, no, I just like checking in with the fans.
Yeah.
Which is smart. Everyone's saying the rotation's old. The rotation's not even that old because pitchers are older usually. Then it's like Cole's the oldest at 34.
The aging curve on pitchers has changed in the last 15 years.
If we ask Boone,
if
we had him on right now, ring.
Ring it, ring it, ring.
Hi.
Hi.
That's bad. And we said, hey, Booney, with this roster, who's your opening day third baseman? What do you think he would say?
He would name literally every
he
third
would.
baseman he could conjure up in his brain.
I love our options at third.
I mean, Vivas would get a mention.
He'd start with DJ, right?
I think Jazz was great over there last year.
He'd start with Jazz. Yeah.
Is Jazz playing third?
I mean, and a lot of fans, that's also split on, where I go and read opinions and hear stuff is, I like him at third. Which he can play third. It's but if it's currently what we have, I'd rather Oswaldo and DJ. I don't even DJ, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
If they aren't adding an infielder.
Dude, they accidentally put themselves in such pickles.
Yeah. I mean, he would name, Vivas is going to get a look. Peraza is going to get a look.
DJ.
That's kind of all. I was looking at their AAA third baseman, and they don't have any on Fangraphs.
But I was, in that answer that you're depicting is maybe Jazz could get run over there. If they open the door to Jazz to second base next year, that's a miss from last year.
Well, that was Glaber.
I know.
They wanted Glaber to play third and Jazz to play second. Glaber said he wouldn't.
Yeah, the night the trade happened on the post game, they were talking about the plan being that.
Yeah.
And by the next day it was, Jazz Glaber said over there.
Glaber said no.
Good.
Play Glaber at third the previous 5 years. That's where they get themselves into these pretzels.
Sure, but
in Jazz, they're kind of pretzeling themselves right now.
Well, last year they pretzeled themselves by having Jazz on the roster who could play outfield, and then you get a better third baseman option, and Verdugo's not a stinker in the lineup. Yes, they pretzeled themselves last year, but Glaber also hamstrung them by not moving. Maybe they thought he would move.
Right.
But, yeah, they could have done more stuff than what they ended up having to do because they traded for this guy with great flexibility and then locked him down at a position he had never played before.
I do believe them when they seem genuinely open to him penciling in kind of wherever next year between second and third.
I believe they want him at second, but they're not going to say anything.
They never declare anything. So
they wanted him at. Dude, the Yankees tried to trade Glaber 2 trade deadlines in a row. Only player Boone has ever benched publicly. Only player that always got shit on, and they clearly traded for Jazz and were going to put him at second, in my opinion. Now, it was openness, and the flexibility was great. And Glaber stood up to the reporters and said, I'm a second baseman.
Right.
The Nationals tried to offer Glaber more money to play third.
Right.
And he said, no, I'm a second baseman.
He's a proud second baseman who came up as a shortstop.
Yeah, and he was going to come up as a third baseman if he didn't need Tommy John.
Right.
He was
Sliding doors.
He was going to replace Headley. They had him playing third in the minors.
Follow-up question.
Yeah.
Not about Low Bosworth.
Okay.
I could spin it.
What if we asked Aaron Boone that question and he said Jazz Chisholm is the third baseman?
I mean, he would never say that, but he
but he could, he said that last year.
Yeah.
He could give us that kind of when Boone wants to give us his dumb face and be like, I told you guys enough last year. Jazz is our third baseman.
Yeah. Stop. That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
That's dirt nasty, I think.
Yeah, but that Boone did that. No, it was Andre Legacy.
That reference is for no one.
No.
It does.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Trevor.
Back after this.
Football fans, it is playoff time. We've got some exciting games to look forward to, and you can get in on all the playoff action right now with our partners at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, they're offering all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5 when you use code YANKS.
Blup, blup, blup.
Do you love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has you covered. Bet live on in-progress matches as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code YANKS. Woo. Bet just $5 on any wager and get 200 in bonus bets instantly. That's code YANKS. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. How many people do you think said YANKS with me at home? I said, that's code YANKS.
30.
All Jeffs. Here we go. Last voicemail, because we've just been chatting.
We'll do more fears next week.
Hopefully.
James, Davis, Jim, love you guys. Love the Yankees. Everyone's talking about how their biggest concern is starting Dominguez or having Oswaldo, DJ, or Oswald at third. I don't think any of that. I think Oswald and Oswaldo are studs. My biggest concern is the Yankees still haven't signed back Tim Hill, and we don't have enough left-handed bullpen arms or left-handed arms in general. Go Yanks. Jake, you're awesome. Don't listen to the haters. Bye.
Boo!
I love you guys, and I love the Yankees. It's good.
I am not that worried about the left-handed relievers to start the year.
I am a little bit.
At the deadline, I'd be more worried because if I've learned anything from my Phil Koch days, from my Damaso Marte days, from my Tim Hill days, finding a lefty that can just figure it out middle of the year seems to be something teams do. And teams that are not in the playoffs that have like any lefty reliever, they trade them. Like Chafin was on the move every year of his life. So it just seems like, now it'd be great if you had one internally, but it does seem like a position and player that you can find and is always on the move.
Yes. Yes. I'll say I agree. I mean, we have penciled in Tim Hill or Lefty into our offseason plans and trades, but currently, I don't like, dude, if it pops up, Tim Hill signs with the Mets, obviously, and the Yankees don't sign a lefty, like, I know we believe in Matt Blake, but I've also, like, righties that can get out lefties is cool, but I also like lefties that can get out lefties.
I want a lefty come playoffs, so I'm not disagreeing there. Although the Dodgers just kind of ran through people with like one lefty in the pen up until the World Series.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Well, they actually, I mean, Vesia only missed that one series, right?
Padres?
I think so.
Or Mets?
I think he was out the playoffs up until then, or maybe just the Mets series. I know it was the thing that he was back for the World Series. But either way, then that's two.
Right. You need good relievers. Hard facts. I like good lefties.
I still have them getting one.
Dodgers now have Scott, Vesia, and Banda.
Dodgers are good.
I think it's an honest fear because we have them getting one and they haven't. That like I don't want to see the Brian. Yes, I don't want to see the Brian Cashman press conference. That's like,
what if I tell you they're going to trade for Taylor Rogers?
Great,
he's a free agent, and Giants are going to be out of it.
Yeah,
Stroman for Rogers. We've been on.
No, I mean halfway through the season. I don't mean now.
Giants are competing.
Yeah, until July. Okay, other lefty relievers on teams that might be trading them. Wandy Peralta. Bring some fight back to the clubhouse.
Oh, God.
The Ferg. No thanks.
Who on the team would be... Who would let out if the Yankees traded for Wandy? Just like
I don't know, man. With Canely gone and Wandy gone.
Right. Maybe they're looking for a little pizzazz.
Is that bullpen quiet?
Ian Hamilton.
I can see
Oh, it
Hamilton
doesn't-
being like, oh my God.
All right.
Yeah.
Blondie's back.
But a lot of guys never were with him, man. It's like Brubaker,
turnover.
Leiter Jr., Jake Cousins, Fernando Cruz.
Does Wandy slap your guys' ass that hard too?
Just constantly whistling. Wait, hold on. Other lefty relievers that might be on the move. Caleb Thielbar. You want him? How about TJ McFarland? He's had impressive runs.
He'd be fun to watch because it's kind of gross. It's a bad arm angle.
If I
it's a lot
said
of
Tim Hill
right,
at this point last year,
right,
That's what we would have said.
very true.
if I said Tim Hill
Right,
in August of last year,
right.
hell, September, you know?
Right.
So, like, you can find lefty relievers because they don't die until they're, like, dead. You can hang on for a while.
Right.
I do like buy it being like a lefty with a kind of funky slot like Hill, because they have the righties that have that like change up that's supposed to match up with against lefties.
Now, I might butcher this name,
Right.
but Angels lefty reliever Josie Quijada.
You might butcher that name.
He might get traded. He's
Hey,
from Venezuela.
I want a lefty.
I want a lefty. I want a lefty.
The Yankees currently do not have a lefty in their bullpen.
All right, well, let me find like a 3-year lefty option like they always try to do. They
'Cause-
tried it with Victor. They tried it with Ferg. They
Yeah,
got
last
Wandy.
year we came in with the big guns, Gonzo and Fergie.
Yes. Yeah, and they were like, hey, let's not do that. Dodgers are going to trade
But they
people
weren't there to get lefties up. I want a lefty that's here to, like Tim Hill is a lefty that is supposed to get lefties out. Like Ferg and Gonzo kind of didn't have that.
It's true.
You know? Like I'm super cool with a lefty specialist.
Okay.
Like, know what Rafael Devers doesn't want to see? A lefty specialist.
Okay.
The top of the Red Sox lineup is all lefties.
Kyle Nelson, 3-year deal. Gabe Spear,
Spire.
Sam Mole,
He's kind of good.
Sam Hentges,
Henches.
Taylor Saucedo,
That's just fun with names.
Taylor Saucedo, 3 years.
You'd like to say that name. Sounds like Sausalito a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I want to go to Sausalito.
Did you have a friend with the last name Sausalito?
We're living in the houseboat. Nick the Dick, Krause's friend and my friend.
We're back in 5. We're not leaving.
Okay. Beebs, what's your biggest fear?
Well, death, but
Oh, look, just announced. Boone will be in studio on Tuesday with WFAN. See, he's starting to do his rounds.
He does his like
It's his spring training. It's his media rounds.
sailor heading to war.
Yes, yes.
yeah, these
Heroes
like
send
3
off.
weeks before he goes.
Hello WFAN, you guys are gonna rip on me for 8 months. Au revoir.
If you're listening to this as it came out, like right away, thank you very much. You're awesome. We've been live streaming all day on our John Boy and Jake TV channel doing dumb shit. It's a subathon. So head over there. You're not going to miss it. We're still going if you listen to this right away. And join the fun. We got condiment popsicles, so
Yeah.
everyone's excited about that. And congrats to CC.
Congrats to
Congrats,
CC.
CC.
It's cool.
Closing thoughts? Leadoff, Lefty.
CC was cool, man.
Okay.
Ruco was there. A couple guys we know through CAA. The Mats, Siegel, and Neimer.
They're holding one of the old sweatshirts of ours.
Yeah, that's for you,
in
bitch
the-
sweatshirt. That was
in the
cool.
Rooks pick.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I designed that one.
Yeah, I know.
Where's that pick?
I
Proud
think I
of that.
saw it on Ruco's
story?
Instagram. I'm finding it. It was in a gridded post.
Hell yeah.
Oops.
I'm going to go show that to Katie. I always try to tell her I'm a fashion designer. And she's like, no, you're not. I'm like, I've sold thousands of designs.
Yeah.
Like
There it
thousands.
is.
Yeah, that's really cool. I
Yeah.
made that in my fucking basement or like spare room, like 2 a.m. That was like our biggest selling That like launched our merch store for a long time. Amber Sabathia bought a ton. She shared it a ton.
What's that A-Rod comment?
Flame. A-Rod's inner monologue. Flame.
I think it's the third time I've said it, but yeah, I was like half nervous to have a shirt that had the word bitch on it just because I'm soft. And Amber bought them for the whole family. The kids were wearing them. Cece's mom. It's like, oh, that's right. The Sabathias.
This word's not that bad.
They're the realest. That was Marcus Stroman's words on the R2C2 pod when he was yet to be a Yankee.
You think I look sick like this?
A little sick.
Go Yanks, telegrams.
Oh, yeah.
Play that game. Always playing that game. Do I look sick like this?
You try.
Yeah.
No, sneeze.
No.
I look sick.